Hey everybody, I hope y'all are staying safe and staying sane during this pandemic. And some states are starting to reopen and they're allowing for weddings and private events to continue. And while most of our gigs have been rescheduled or outright canceled, some of us are fortunate to be able to perform at a few gigs here and there. And there was a post in a DJ group from a DJ that kind of surprised me. And he said, I was doing a photo booth last night for a wedding. No one, and I mean no one, was wearing a mask. And to boot, the guests were all acting like there was no virus. It was life as usual. I was really disgusted by this, as I might have been the only one wearing a mask. I did stay the 3 hours as my booth was off in a pavilion. And then he asks, would you pack up and go home in a situation like this? Would you report the people to the state? Obviously, I have photo proof from our photo booth. Wow. It's amazing to me that instead of being grateful for having gigs at all, for the first time in months, he's over there in the corner and he's being disgusted by those he's supposed to be serving and contemplating walking out and documenting proof to turn into the state. I'm amazed that he doesn't want his guests to enjoy himself. I'm amazed that he thought it was a virtuous act to just stay and do the job he was paid to do. I haven't been a performer as long as this guy, but as entertainers, I believe that it is our job to bring people together, help them leave their troubles at the door, and make the world a better place for a night. And I think if you can't do that, if you can't be in that spirit, then it's best for you and everyone else if you step aside and let someone else handle that gig. Because I think it is impossible to make a party fun, which is what we're paid to do, if you're too busy despising everybody. You can only control what you do. You cannot control what others do. Even if it's in your contract that every guest must be wearing a face mask at all times and adhere to every CDC guideline and state mandates, you're not going to have a single event where everyone is 100% compliant. If you can't accept that you can't control others, maybe it's time to start looking for another line of work, because that is something you can control. And if you're waiting for the perfect gig where everything is going to be perfect in regards to coronavirus safety measures, then you're just going to be out of gigs until this pandemic is over, and who knows when this pandemic is going to be over. This same DJ made another post from another event where he is shaming the wedding videographer for wearing their mask too low. When you're doing that and judging others, you're not fully in the moment producing your best work. And honestly, why work in live events at all if you're that afraid of spreading COVID? I personally am grateful for every event I get to work, and I do my best to do my parts to being cautious and safe. And I don't wear masks and selfies. And back to the original post, what would you do? Leave a comment below. Would you walk out? Would you call the police? Would you be grateful for the work? Would you stop doing live events until the pandemic is over? I want to hear from you, so let me know in the comments below. Until then, stay safe and stay sane.